In this video help, I'll be covering the sales invoice screen, but rather than access it directly to the invoice, I'm going to show you where the invoice actually originates. So let's go into the sales screen. In the sales screen, the actual invoice is shown over here as show print invoice, and it's based upon the current row entries and tally as far as the cashier's tally on what the actual goods are for sale. Now in this particular case, you may be creating the invoice without a total as far as the amount billed or payment. It just really depends on how you're running your business. If you're taking the goods and delivering them at the time of the invoice being created, then you also want to take the payment on the payment tab. Let's go over and look at the invoice, and I'm going to show it with a $26 balance on it when I look at it. It's important for you to take one thing to note. You want to note the invoice number and the person who is actually the person that is the invoice is being prepared for. That is crucial when you actually run the invoice. Let's go ahead and click on the invoice and see what it looks like. Now, in this particular screen, what it's going to do, it's going to list every existing invoice that is out there when you open up the screen. But you'll notice when I came over from that particular invoice from the sales screen, it did occupy the space at the top of the screen based on the invoice that we were working with. So it does provide the invoice number and the customer to which this invoice is being created. And that's what you need to know, because you're going to enter the find mode. You're going to select invoice number 1 and the name of the client. Or you could, if you wanted to look for a specific part or a date format, you could actually do a date range by the client to bring in all the invoices for that particular client, or just specific invoices based on that date range. And that what I'm saying is that if you're looking here at the invoice dates and you see them over a certain period, when you start the find, you can put a date range in and it will pick up as many invoices in that range. So if I wanted to see all of these invoices by this person, I would put in the greater than or equals the date that I want to start it, then less than or equal, and the date that I want to close out all those invoices on. So